Good day, it's Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic, and today I want to talk to you about drugs. And oftentimes I come in, it's one of the things I look at when people come into our office is looking at what drugs they have listed there. And as a society, we've really been taught to just trust that these drugs are safe. Now I think people are a little more wise with the internet era, there's just more information out there. People are starting to understand all the side effects of these medications and the dangers, but people still, I guess, just trust their doctors and they trust the pharmaceutical companies. And I'm not saying you shouldn't trust your doctors, you shouldn't trust the pharmaceutical companies. You make the best decision for you. But I just want to share a couple of things here that might surprise you. I want you to really think about the medications you're taking and are they actually making you healthier? I'm not going to tell you to take a medication or not take a medication. That's totally up to you and it's your decision. It's not your doctor's decision, it's your decision. You have to make the best decision for you. But just a couple examples here. There's one drug called Bextra. It's an anti-inflammatory drug made by Pfizer. Popular medication prescribed for arthritis and menstrual pain. It was pulled off the market in April 2005 because the FDA said that the risk of heart and stomach problems, as well as a life-threatening skin problem called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, a severe reaction resulting in blisters both on the skin and in internal organs. Now, keep in mind, again, this is a medication that went through the full FDA trials and was approved, and this is why they tell us the drugs are so expensive because they've got to spend all these money going through these trials. Well, how could it go through the trials and then still be found out that it's not safe and not effective and has to be recalled? Again, this happens all the time. Vioxx, I don't know if you remember Vioxx, but I remember I was early on in chiropractic school and I was home visiting my family and went out to dinner with my dad and a bunch of his friends, and they were just so excited about this new drug, Vioxx, because it's so much easier on your stomach and a great arthritis drug. And I was concerned at that time. It says Vioxx, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicine, which was really marketed as safer than aspirin and ibuprofen, was taken by about 2 million people. Merck, the drug's maker, pulled it off the global market in 2004 after determining that the treatment increased the risk of heart attack and stroke. So keep that in mind. You're taking an anti-inflammatory drug for pain, and it increases your risk of heart attack and stroke. It had been on the market for 5 years. Now, I saw various articles. They're really not sure how many people this drug actually killed. Not hurt or injured, but actually killed. One article I saw said that the actual death rate, the overall death rate in the United States actually went down when they pulled this drug off the market. So some people say hundreds of thousands of people were killed with this. So obviously it's a lot of people, and of course right now we're in the throes of the oxycodone and these pain medications, OxyContin, these things. So just this last month, March 2021, Purdue Pharma, the maker of OxyContin, has agreed to plead guilty to criminal charges. So criminal charges, okay? This is a company that's probably making some of the drugs that you're taking. Do you want to do business with a company that's convicted of criminal charges? Related to its marketing of the addictive painkiller. But now guess, how many people are going to jail over that? Criminal charges, but how many people went to jail? None to my knowledge, okay? It faces a roughly $8.3 billion fine. The Justice Department has announced Wednesday the settlement could have paved the way for the resolution of thousands of lawsuits. Health crisis killed more than 450,000 Americans since 1999. There's many different cities, including, I believe, Montana's doing this right now, states I should say, that are suing these drug makers because our work comp costs went up so tremendously and the drain on the healthcare system, again, because all these people getting addicted to medications because they were lied to. They were told, again, these drugs are safe, they're not addictive. And these people took these knowingly, trusting what the doctors would tell them. And a lot of times these doctors are trusting what the pharmaceutical reps, which are salespeople, that really don't have any medical training. They're just trained by what the pharmaceutical company's telling them to do. They're not bad people maybe, but they're just following the directions. So again, you really have to think about, again, if it's a vaccine, if it's medication, is this actually going to make you healthier, number one? Number two, is it going to correct the cause of the problem? You know, medication does not fix the cause of the problem. Otherwise, we would all need a certain amount of medications just to function. Now, is there a time and a place for medications? Absolutely, especially in crises or emergency situations. But again, a lot of times emergency situations, like let's say a heart attack, were caused by decades or years of poor lifestyle choices, not because that person's a bad person. They just maybe weren't educated, didn't know any better. So again, maybe you've got to take a medication in a crisis situation, but then you've always got to go back and find out, if you want to get healthy, you've got to go back and find out what the cause of the problem is, okay? So again, you make the best choice for you, but please think that through. Don't just assume a medication is safe. even an over-the-counter medication, something you just go buy at the grocery store, isn't safe. Okay, so you make the best decision for you. Our goal again here at Vital Energy Chiropractic is to help you optimize your health so you can live an abundant life.